Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about how most people think you have to have a car lot to get started in the automotive industry. Now, well, that may be kind of true, but not all the time. Sometimes you can just be in the know and have the knowledge of the automotive industry in order to get in this business. Now, most people think that they need a big car lot to get started, but huge inventory and thousands of dollars is not mandatory to get started in this business. We're going to talk about how you can get in the business by just associating yourself with different parts and portions of the auto industry, and how the truth is getting started and learning about this business can really just start from scratch right where you are. Building relationships with finance companies, other car dealers, even your community can get you started in this business. So we're going to talk about 10 different reasons and ways that you can get in the auto industry without having your own car dealership right now. The very first thing that you can do to get into the auto industry is almost have an idea of being right there with other car dealers. You know, like going by car lots, talking to other car dealers, and just like skating around the car dealership in the automotive industry business. Now, auto broker services is one way that you can get in this business. You can broker out services for automotive purchases without being in the business fully, just by knowing and having relationships with other car dealers. When I say that, I mean that if you know where specific cars are, you may live in a neighborhood where you're seeing different cars, and you may know someone that's looking to sell their automobile, then all of a sudden you'll be able to connect them with buyers that are in the market for vehicles. So sometimes you can just be that middleman or that middle woman and connect the dots. You can connect vehicles that are for sale that you just have knowledge of, connect them with buyers that are in need and in the market, especially during those hot seasons where you know specific vehicles are really high in demand. Now, the second way you can get into the auto business without having your own car lot is provide auction buying assistance. So I know I've been in the business over 17 years, and I know going to the auction can be a real task. Now, sometimes we at the auction as car dealers, we need help. We may need someone to help us buy. I know there's been times where I'm standing in the lane purchasing vehicles, but I'm also on the phone purchasing vehicles maybe 2 or 3 lanes back at the same time, which has been hectic, and it would have been great to have someone right there at the auction with me to help me with those buying services. So if you know a car dealer, or if you're in the market and you are looking to take a trip to the auction, try to find some dealers that may need your help. That would be a great way to enter into the business, because most of the time, especially during the hot seasons, we can always use a second hand. That way you can get first-hand information, and you're right there in the lane where it's happening, and you're getting first-hand information, you're getting experience, and you're helping that dealer with your services. So now, step 3, a third option that you can use to get in the auto industry is helping those dealers with their dealer licensing process. Getting your license, it can be a task, especially if you're running a car dealership and you have other business to take care of. You can get into the auto industry by helping other dealers get their dealer's licensing back in compliance if it's around the time for renewal. Or you may offer your service and be somewhat of a runner. You may go to the local Department of Revenue to get that dealer license and assist that dealer in getting their license compliant. You may make phone calls from them. You may reach out and get quotes for them for their insurance, quotes for them for their bond, different things that you need in order to be compliant and have a state license so that you can go to auctions and buy professionally, sell professionally, and get great inventory because you have different options and different auctions that you can go to purchase. Now, the fourth option that you can use to get into the car business without having your own car lot is help and assist other car dealers with auto financing options. You can assist them by either contacting finance companies to find out exactly what it is that they need from dealers in order for them to get signed up. You can also assist customers in finding out what all they have if they're looking for vehicles to finance. You just will become that assistant in that realm. You're just basically contacting customers, contacting other car dealers. You're just kind of the liaison between the process of the car buying and the car selling system. Now, the fifth way that you can get in the car business without having your own car lot is having a credit repair service. Now, you may not want to go full-fledged into credit repair, but you may be able to point people in the right direction. And once they get their credit repaired, now you become that authority figure and help them with their auto buying strategy. So, you may be a strategist. You may be one that, is a forward thinker. If you connect the dots and bring those buyers to the dealers, I guarantee you they'll keep you in the loop of their car selling process, and that makes you the authority figure in the automotive industry. Now, the sixth way that you can get into the car buying business without having your own car lot is being that wholesaler. I know some states will allow individuals to buy and sell vehicles as long as you keep them at a minimum, maybe 2 to 3 vehicles a month. Now, you can be that wholesaler, and you may already be a wholesale dealer, just not with a license. And so you could be that vehicle source where people think about vehicles and they really think about you. You're the one that they call when their daughter or their son needs a vehicle, or if their mom needs a vehicle, or just anytime people think about cars, they think about you. That makes you that wholesale vehicle source. Now, you connect dealers to buyers and buyers to dealers, and that makes you the go-to person. Sooner than later, you're going to end up in the car business full time, or at least on a professional level. The seventh way that you can enter into the car business without having your own car lot is to provide transportation services for customers as well as possibly for car dealers. I know when I'm out of state and I'm buying vehicles and I need to get them back to my car dealership, I reach out to other transportation companies to find out how can I get my car picked up, even if it's just 1 or 2. I can't drive them all. So you could be that transportation piece that helps a car dealer like myself connect the dots and get my inventory back to my car dealership. Being in the transportation realm and helping orchestrate vehicles from one location to another puts you in the automotive industry and helps you be able to bring back the inventory as well as help your community. Now, you would be considered a delivery coordinator. So if you're coordinating deliveries and putting people back into car buying situations, now there again, once you do go to get your car dealership or your own car lot, you're already known for this business. Now, the eighth idea and the eighth way that you can get into the car business without having your own car lot is auto sales training with your expertise. Now, sometimes certain vehicles that you may know about, others may not, even car dealers. I've been a car dealer for over 17 years, but there are still cars that I just don't know everything about. So if I have one of those vehicles that I'm eyeing, or if a customer is thinking about purchasing, if I know that you're the one that has information on this style vehicle or that year model or this particular vehicle, then I'm going to call you up and get your expertise. So that makes you top of mind for the automotive industry, which is a great source to be. So if you know about specific type of vehicles and it makes you that expert in that realm, that will get you into the business each and every time a used car dealer or even a new car dealer reaches out. Now, the ninth way that you can get into this business without having your own car lot is that you can be an automotive lead generator. And I say that and not lightly. Now, those that can generate leads in this business, it's the bread and butter of the business. Without the customer, there is no business. So you may be the one that helps people get to car dealerships. You may get them to private sellers. But because you're known for that, people look you up, call you all the time. And so you're generating leads. And I guarantee you the car dealer is going to make sure that you get taken care of if you bring a client or a customer in to buy his inventory that he or she wasn't able to get rid of. Or you might be fast and got rid of it quick, and you know they're going to love that. So that's another way to get into the auto industry without having your own car lot. Now, last but not least, the 10th way you can get into this business without having your own car lot is somewhat of a done-for-you type of dealer services. You may help new dealers because you have expertise and have stepped away from your own car dealership. You may help them become compliant so that they can get their license. You may teach them a little bit about things that they may not have access to and information that will keep them from making costly mistakes, which is a great idea. Now, those are the 10 ways that you can get, be, or stay into this car business without having your own car lot. Now, people think that they need bukus of money and that they have to have this lot, and they really just don't know what they need. Now, if you're thinking about getting in the business, if you've been in the business before, I advise for you to click the link that's in this video and take the Turnkey Auto Sales Systems course that I created. It is a set of module videos. It's a great opportunity to dive into this business just from afar. This video system and series is something that I wish I would have had when I first started in the business. And so that's what pushed me to create that. I said, if someone wanted to get into this business, what's something that's missing and that I wish I would have had in the beginning when I first started? And the Turnkey Auto Sales Systems just solves 99% of your problems. The only problem that it doesn't solve is you getting up and making the difference and making the change and making the effort. Now, I'm going to conclude this video. I've given you lots of information on how to get in this business without having your own car lot. But tune in for the next video. I'm going to talk about how you get into this industry and how lucrative it is and how to protect yourself and make sure that you're on the right path in this industry. Until next time, have a great day.